Crushing my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country, and we like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home and your car through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and programs, including financial literacy quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso program, junior cooperatives in secondary schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC grants. The credit union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for today, Monday, June 8th, 2020. I'm Beverly, Telesford.
And I'm Odette, Campbell. Coming up in the news this evening, Black Lives Matter protests at U.S. Embassy in St. George's, Grenada.
Mount Airy family loses home and business to mid-afternoon fire.
Regional Financial Agency rep says small businesses in Grenada will need to be innovative to succeed post-COVID-19.
Coming up in sports, the UAE Cricket Board has confirmed its offer to host IPL.
And when we probe around the globe this evening, we'll find that the coalition team returned to power in St. Kitts, and U.S. Democrats introduced sweeping legislation to reform police.
Details of these after this message.
And welcome to the news at 7. The protests came home today. The U.S. Embassy was a flashpoint for people here who have been incensed over the murder of George Floyd, a black unarmed man, at the hands of a white policeman in Minneapolis in the United States. They staged a peaceful protest rally against police violence at the U.S. Embassy at Lonsapine, St. George. GBN's Christina John was there, and she sent us this report.
Get your knees off my neck. Get your knees off my neck. Get your knees off my neck.
Protesters, some on one knee, observed an 8-minute, 46 seconds of silence for George Floyd, a black African-American murdered by the knee of a white cop 2 weeks ago. Many black people the world over are still outraged, taken to the streets to protest what they deemed brutality and discrimination against black people. Today, outside the U.S. Embassy, Lonsapine, St. George's, placards with slogans raised as a number of people joined in solidarity with George Floyd's family and, by extension, the black community. The 6-foot distancing was not evident as one by one people took to the podium to express their disdain. These two young ladies had these messages.
I came here today to make a difference. When I saw the video, I thought in my head that could have been my dad, my brother, my uncle. Racism is just terrible. I can't be defined by the color of my skin. You don't even know who I am. I've come here today to make a difference, not to be judged by the color of my skin.
Racism has been on for a long, long time. And I think here in 2020, this is the time that we have to end racism. It's been on too long, and this is the time we have to stop it and end it.
Don DeCoto, an attorney at law, says today's solidarity stance is not only for George Floyd, but others who lost their lives at the hands of police elsewhere. Now is the time for action, she says.
8 minutes and 46 seconds will remain with me till I draw my last breath. Water is over there. And, you know, when she showed it to me, I said, that is fake news. I thought it was fake. I did not want to believe it. It wasn't until enough is enough. We can no longer sit and watch the brutality of our black brothers and sisters without taking action, without taking meaningful action. Since the murder of George Floyd, We have seen a global shift with protests taking us to all over the world. This shows, indeed, brothers and sisters, the collective solidarity that we stand united, in support and in solidarity in support of George Floyd and all our other fallen brothers and sisters at the hands of police and authorities. Let's not make no mistake.
From all indications, the message is clear.
This is the time black people must rise. More than 400 years we are suffering. We suffer under the brutality and the mental slavery of those above us who feel they are above us. But I want black people to know that we are the future and we are the beginning. We are the beginning of civilization.
Following today's protest, the U.S. Embassy here issued a statement which states, and I quote, "Guided by our founding principles of freedom and equality and our constitutional charge to form a more perfect union, the United States supports free speech and peaceful assembly. We are committed to accountability and the elimination of racial discrimination. We support those who cry out for justice and the transparent judicial process to achieve it." Unquote. Christelina John, GBN News.
Bus operators have finally received the $800 stipend from government. Up to last week, several owners and drivers said they were empty-handed, despite promises made on several occasions. In March, government announced an economic stimulus package, which includes the provision of payroll support for income support for public bus operators and taxi drivers. A monthly payment of $800 is to help bus drivers cushion the financial impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. As disbursement of the payment began, an update was provided by the Inland Revenue Department. Chanel Andrews, Strategic Program Manager at Inland Revenue Department, says to date over 500 applications have been received from bus operators, and so far over 400 have been approved.
Every day we are approving and forwarding for payments. We are still accepting applications. We have still been receiving applications for the month of April. Even if a bus owner decides to apply this month, to the month of June, they can still apply for April if they have not applied for April as yet.
The total value of payouts to date is over $358,000. Peter McEwen, a bus operator, says a possible extension on the payment provided to bus operators by the government under the stimulus package seems more reasonable at this time than the other conditions busmen are pressing for.
There are many more things you could ask for than 50 cents right now, because the 50 cents is not falling on the government. The 50 cents is falling on the poor class of people. Some people is home, some people are not working, so the 50 cents. What we should do is to attack the government for certain things. Like the government gives us $800 for a month for 3 months. If you could ask them to extend it for also another 3 months. If you ask the government to leave the gas price for 3 more months or so.
On the topic of the 50 cents increase, Superintendent Randy Connett, attached to the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, reiterated that the decision has still not yet been made in that regard, as he urged bus operators to comply with the law.
Again, we have been receiving some complaints, very few this time, but I want to further assure the general public that the fares have not been increased. The negotiations, as expressed by or indicated by our PS, we're at a point where we stopped or paused for some level of reflection. All of the concerns or recommendations tabled by the Bus Association is under review, but until a decision is taken, I want to again state that the bus fares remain as is. There is no increase in the bus prices.
GBN has been closely monitoring the negotiations between the government and bus operators over the last 2 weeks.
And if you were on the St. Paul's Main Road today, you would have heard the sirens whirring and vehicles being asked to get out of the way. This as another family lost their home to fire. The fire department were called to the scene just after midday. Only a section of the structure remained as the fire ravaged most of the wooden and concrete structure. The flames also damaged a number of vehicles on the property, and because it was used as a mechanic shop. The owners of the property were too distraught to speak to the GBN News team today when the team visited the scene. And in related news, reports of fires in Grenada and the Caribbean region have increased lately. Recently, 3 people lost their lives after sustaining injuries when an explosion occurred at a gas station in neighboring Union Island. Fires result in loss of life and property, and it also puts the neighbors, passers-by, firefighters and others at risk. This evening on Beyond the Headlines, fire officials and the country manager of Rubis Grenada will look at safety protocols to avoid fires and steps to follow when there is a fire. Tonight on Beyond the Headlines, one of the particular issues that we will be looking at is that of safety at gas stations. As mentioned, 3 people died in Union Island when the gas station exploded while it was being refueled about 3 weeks ago. Abdon White will also be joining the panel tonight. He's a member of the National Emergency Relief Organization on Union, and he will be joining the panel. We would like for you to join in and listen to this. Sometimes we go to the fire station, to the gas station, and they ask us to switch off the mobile, or they would say they can't allow us to have the fuel while they're refueling. Some people take issue. Officials on the panel tonight will explain why those and other measures are put in place. So do join us tonight on Beyond the Headlines. Bev, it's over to you.
Now, the outlook is bleak for small and medium-sized businesses in Grenada and other Caribbean islands. COVID-19 has set them back, and it may take a while for them to recover. The forecast is coming from several regional agencies, including the Caribbean Development Bank. However, they are being told that if they try to be innovative in the post-COVID period, they should come out on top.
Medium and small enterprises contribute 50% of gross domestic product, which basically means the total value of goods produced and services provided in a country during 1 year. These small and medium-sized enterprises create 45% of the jobs in several islands, such as Grenada. It is because of their great importance that the Caribbean Development Bank, the CDB, and other agencies are very concerned about the impact that the COVID-19 pandemic could have on their operation. Director of Projects at the CDB, Mr. Daniel Best, has been assessing the potential impact based on the overall forecast for the region's economy.
The International Monetary Fund is now projecting that the global economy will contract by 3% in 2020. This is a stark reversal from earlier forecasts that the world economy would outpace 2019 and grow by 3.3%. The socio-economic impact is predicted to be far more severe than the 2008 to 2009 recession, when the world economy contracted by less than 1%. These are not encouraging projections.
COVID-19 has led to a slowdown of economic activity in Grenada. Even though the government has given the all clear for most sectors to reopen, it has not been business as usual, as some companies try to grapple with social distancing regulations and other factors. Many have looked to the governments for support.
Even with the efforts of regional governments to provide stimulus packages and special loan facilities for MSMEs, the reality is that no single government in our region has the fiscal space to be able to guarantee full support to MSMEs for an unspecified period.
Studies show that SMEs outnumber large companies by a wide margin and also employ many more people. They represent 90 to 95% of the establishments or businesses created in the manufacturing, trade, and services sectors. Best says those statistics highlight their importance, and as such, owners and operators need to be innovative if they are to stay afloat post-COVID.
They must be innovative, dynamic, and willing and able to embrace digital transformation. Business support communities will need to become more efficient and focus on the quality and effectiveness of their value-added services. And why is the survival of MSMEs of such paramount importance? MSMEs represent 70 to 85% of all enterprises in the region.
The word from the experts is this: The next time you see a small business operator and think him or her to be insignificant, it will be crucial to think twice and frame their operations within the context of the very crucial role that they play in the country's development. In other words, we should treat them with greater respect. Still to come in the news, the Chief Medical Officer says health officials continue to tread on the side of caution as nationals return home. Stay with us. This is News at 7.
Our superheroes are all among us. They don't wear capes nor have superpowers. In fact, they appear to be quite ordinary. They are the ones who provide us with food. They are our farmers, our grocery store workers, our vendors. They are our fishermen. They are the ones who heal us, our doctors and medical practitioners. They are the ones who protect us, our police officers. They are all the other essential workers who make this period bearable. And how can we forget our teachers, dedicated to educating our children no matter the circumstance? To everyone who is doing their part to make sure the wheel keeps turning, Ariza says, thank you.
Having difficulty finding fresh flowers during these different times? Can't attend a funeral of a loved one and need to send a tribute? Call Marie Rose Gardens for beautiful arrangements at affordable prices. We deliver to funeral homes in St. George's. Call 459-0539 or 416-8177.
We're here for our youth. We're giving all students access to Flow Study. Here's how to register.
Republic Bank remains committed to providing all its valued customers with high quality and personalized service in a safe and comfortable environment. In order to maintain COVID-19 protocols while serving you, it has become necessary to arrange an appointment with your relationship officer or the customer service representative at your branch for the following products and services: loans, overdrafts, credit cards, new accounts to include savings, checking, certificate of deposit, and foreign currency, reactivation of dormant accounts, and private banking for existing customers only. You may also log on to our website, complete the application form for the service required, and submit via email to your specific branch. Requests for appointment can also be emailed to customerservice@republicgrenada.com or via private message on our Facebook page. For private banking service, kindly contact your specific branch via telephone. We look forward to welcoming you.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable. Always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff here to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load with tropical shipping, so we ship everything. I can't wait to ship with tropical. Can't wait. No package too big, too small. I cannot wait to ship with tropical. No package too big, too small. Just ship with tropical.
Local agents, George F. Huggins and Company, Grenada Limited. A telephone number 440-8787 or visit our website at www.tropical.com. Email us at grenadasales@tropical.com. Tropical Shipping, committed to island life.
The Grenada Distillers Limited joins the government and people of Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique in the fight against COVID-19. Only together, we can beat this pandemic. As a corporate citizen, we have temporarily stopped the production of rum, and our focus has been on the production of a sanitizing solution to assist in the fight against this dreadful pandemic. We have commenced free distribution to the senior citizens' homes, children's homes, and other vital organizations around the country, and made this product available to you at supermarkets and pharmacies island-wide. We encourage you to please listen and obey the guidelines issued by our health authority and the Royal Grenada Police Force. Together, and only together, we can beat COVID-19.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Republic Bank remains committed to providing all its valued customers with high quality and personalized service in a safe and comfortable environment. In order to maintain COVID-19 protocols while serving you, it has become necessary to arrange an appointment with your relationship officer or the customer service representative at your branch for the following products and services: loans, overdrafts, credit cards, new accounts to include savings, checking, certificate of deposit, and foreign currency, reactivation of dormant accounts, and private banking for existing customers only. You may also log on to our website, complete the application form for the service required, and submit via email to your specific branch. Requests for appointment can also be emailed to customerservice@republicgrenada.com or via private message on our Facebook page. For private banking service, kindly contact your specific branch via telephone. We look forward to welcoming you.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back to News at 7. Government has expended thousands of dollars to facilitate boarding for returning nationals from aboard cruise ships. All cruise ship workers must complete a 14-day quarantine and must undergo COVID-19 testing before release. Another batch came in on Sunday. Details in this report.
4 more cruise workers were added to the number of people who recently returned from different cruise lines. This latest batch arrived at the Melville Street cruise ship terminal Sunday morning from aboard Vision of the Seas. Health authorities were on hand to welcome the group, who were all processed and screened. In accordance with new public health protocol established because of COVID-19, they will all be placed in 14 days mandatory quarantine before going to their place of residency. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Francis Martin says they are treading on the side of caution.
The rapid test went well. There are some that we need to follow up closer, some that we would need to do PCRs on to ensure whether indeed there are active infections going on. So, in 24 to 48 hours, we'll be aware as to what's going on. And out of an abundance of caution, we're erring on the side of testing all of them because we have some indication that sometimes there might be transfer of crew from one airline to the next, and in the region we know for sure, we have evidence that there has been mixing among crew members that come to the Eastern Caribbean and the sub-region, and because there have been mixing, there is an increased risk of disease spreading. So out of an abundance of caution, the decision has been taken that we're going to test all of them.
So far, only one positive case of the coronavirus surfaced from previous batches. A group of 46 completed their 14 days and was sent home over the weekend. Preparations are in train for the arrival of the largest group of sailors this weekend from the Norwegian cruise ship. During one of GBN's To The Point program last week, Dr. Martin expressed concern over quarantine accommodation. However, he explained what he sees as a challenge for this group.
Difficulty I envision with the larger number is just the processing of them. So we just have, and we have already put our plans in place to ensure that we have a more efficient and streamlined processing, testing, and quarantining of the large numbers. So it has to do with us starting the streamlining from on the ship itself, batch them and have them come in single files, and so that we'll be able to handle them with as least chaos as possible. So we have, put our plans in place for that.
Presently, there are 28 persons in quarantine. The management of cruise lines terminated contracts because of the negative impact of COVID-19 on the sector. Chrislina John, GBN News.
And as Grenadian nationals return home, non-nationals are leaving the island. More than 100 British visitors who were forced to remain in Grenada because of the coronavirus crisis made their way back to their homeland. Rena Pear has that story.
148 UK visitors whose trip to Grenada was unexpectedly extended due to the coronavirus pandemic got to finally return home. The government of Grenada, in collaboration with the UK government and regional authorities, arranged special flights with Liat and British Airways to fly the visitors from Grenada to Barbados and onward to London Heathrow on June 3rd and June 4th. The borders of Grenada were closed temporarily to mitigate the spread of the coronavirus. Commenting on the repatriation efforts, Chief Executive Officer of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Patricia Ma, said the UK visitors were well taken care of in the hotels, guest house and private homes with warm Grenadian hospitality, and they were fortunate to be cocooned and safe on the islands of Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique. In speaking to some of the visitors before their departure, they expressed how happy they were to be going home.
Now I'm relieved to get back to my family and my children because things weren't supposed to be how they were. We had a wonderful lady in Carriacou. She was very helpful, and you know, when we had struggled with food and money, the tourists gave us some food.
It's a relief because it's not that you don't like being in the Caribbean, but it's a long time to be away from your family. In terms of the people and support, that wasn't a problem. That was fine in terms of anything. Yeah, because I've got family, so it wasn't so bad. I wasn't somebody stuck in a hotel or something like that. So I was well supported in that direction. That wasn't an issue for me.
Very anxious times, so I'm very happy that I'm going home now. Although I have had a really good time here, I mean, the lockdown was a little bit tough. I'm in the safest place, really, you know. So that was a good point.
Well, I feel, even though I've had a very good time, I'm relieved that now I know that I'm going home. I arrived on March the 9th, and I should have gone back on 8th or the 7th, I think. It was beautiful. It was so quiet. It was lovely. A lady called Rena from Carriacou, she contacted us because they wanted to find out if we were okay, and that was really good. That helped a lot.
The government of Grenada also made arrangement for 21 Grenadian nationals who were stranded in the UK to be flown back to the island using the same Liat and BA carriers. Grenada is currently preparing to reopen its borders in the coming weeks, and it is looking forward to reactivating the tourism economy in a safe and gradual manner. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
A Grenadian living and working as a police officer in Antigua has been charged with murder. As we hear in this report, he was remanded to prison this morning following his first court appearance.
A Grenadian is among 4 law enforcement officers arrested and charged in Antigua and Barbuda last Saturday in connection with the killing of 43-year-old Bruce Greenaways. According to reports, 44-year-old Jason Modest of St. Andrew, along with 3 Defence Force soldiers, made their first court appearance this morning to face the charges laid against them. According to Antigua and Barbuda newsroom, Defence Force and police personnel guarded the door to the courtroom as supporters of the slain man held placards reading "Justice for Jungle." The body of 43-year-old Greenaways was found on April 13th near the Indian Creek. An autopsy later revealed he was beaten and strangled. Allegations circulating on social media claimed Greenaways was last seen alive in the custody of members of the security forces. Chief of Defense Staff at Antigua and Barbuda Defense Force, Tilbert Benjamin, said a 6-week internal investigation carried out by the Defense Force led to the arrest of the 4 officers. Despite urging from Defense Attorney Lawrence Daniel to have the security officers housed at Camp Blizzard on Raymond, Magistrate Emmanuel Edwards today remanded all accused to Her Majesty's prison. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
And of course, we'll continue monitoring that case and bring you the developments as they come to hand. Still to come in the news at 7, environmentalists chides regional governments for wasting millions on international consultancies. This is the news at 7. Stay with us.
It's new, innovative and classy, and it cut above the rest. Your one-stop shop for bathtubs, kitchenette, customized doors and windows, and even a new paint job. We also sell quartz and solid surface countertops. At M&N Hardware, we offer best prices, excellent service, efficiency, and reliability. Visit us at Dusty Highway, Grandin, St. George, or call telephone number 440-6757. M&N Hardware, from foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Hills and Valley Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sonatogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Clarisil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open, Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business. The Esplanade Mall, something for everyone. Go on a shopping spree today and experience some magic.
Attention, attention. Spice Gas makes it easy for you. This Spice Gas Retailers Network will deliver the cooking gas directly to your home. This Spice Gas bottles are lighter, cleaner, safer, explosion-proof, rust-free, translucent, allowing you to see how much gas is left in the bottle. Spice Gas bottles comes with guarantee seal. No seal, no deal. Call or WhatsApp Spice Gas now. 415-1446, 423-1446. Email sales@spicegas.net. We deliver Spice Gas Grenada, cooking safely.
Moms are always special. We give them teddies, hugs, kisses, chocolates, perfumes, and jewelry. All the softer things in life. But for Father's Day, offers 15% discount off all machines store-wide. Come in and choose your favorite machine and instantly get 15% off. Walk in style and walk out with a smile. This Father's Day. Sale starts June 15th and ends June 20th. Europa. We service what we sell.
They say sometimes less is more, but at Real Value IGA Supermarket, we believe more is more. And since we are all about more, we want to buy more from farmers like you so we can sell more to our customers. If you have a farmer's ID and fresh produce to sell, Real Value IGA wants to buy.
For more information, contact Real Value IGA on WhatsApp at 405-4405 or give them a call at 439-2121.
British GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
And welcome back. In the wake of the observance of World Environment Day, there's renewed focus on empowering Caribbean people to live well and in harmony with the environment. Jessamy's environmental consultancy Caribbean is the first environmental firm in Grenada and one of the first in the region dating back 25 years. GBN's Gerald Joseph is bringing us this report now.
A renewed vigor and passion. Founder and Executive Director Dr. Valma Jessamy says the journey has been marked with several notable achievements and also major obstacles toward the protection of the environment. The environmental scientist notes that even the failure to consider the environment in the discussion in relation to the coronavirus speaks volumes to an environmental management crisis. Dr. Jessamy impresses that we cannot have healthy human populations and flourishing economies if our environment is unhealthy.
We cannot talk about economic development in absence of environmental care. The two are intimately linked. And if we do not make a drastic change, as this pause is allowing us to think about, we will see more diseases, we will see more death from viruses and drug-resistant bacteria, the impacts of climate change, of food shortages, of all sorts of environmental disasters, which is the cause of human action.
Putting environmental and human health in a matrix of coexistence was the call to her fellow Grenadians as World Environment Day was celebrated on Friday. Also, in observance of World Environment Day, the foundation established by GECO Caribbean since 2009, which is the Caribbean Institute for Sustainable Island Living, officially went public. Its motto is to empower Caribbean people to live well in harmony with their environment.
And that can only happen through education, advocacy, innovation, and litigation. And that will be the focus of the Environmental Foundation.
Environmental management specialist Lucia Mins, among others, will head the education and advocacy programs, while the innovative programs commences with 3 sustainable projects. I am Gerald Joseph for GBN News.
Meanwhile, founder and executive director of GECO Caribbean, Dr. Valma Jessamy, is also calling for a change in the modus operandi whereby regional countries lose hundreds of millions of dollars in payments to international consultancies. According to the environmental scientists, the Caribbean's talent and intellectual capital need to be recognized instead of paying foreign consultants to do work our regional professionals can do. More importantly, Dr. Jessamy is making a clarion call for the implementation of laws sitting dormant and the application of the environmental impact assessments left on the shelves of governments, organizations, and private entities.
Noting how easy it is to create change, such as in the cases of the ban on plastics and the implementation of regulations for the lockdown, Dr. Valma Jessamy says change can occur if we have the will to use the regulations and policies as they are intended to. The environmental scientist laments on the growing trend of less active non-governmental and civil society partners in the discussions and debate on the environment and development. Thus, she impresses that they will be renewing their advocacy program to reflect a proper legislation and policy agenda. Dr. Jessamy says, looking back at the last 25 years and at the number of policies and strategies that GECO Caribbean has developed for governments and regional agencies, the outlook is now grim.
And it's sad to say that not one of those programs have been implemented to their fullest or at all. And I'm talking about millions of dollars in consulting work. And that's no legacy to be proud of.
A renewed effort, she says, will be done through the Caribbean Institute for Sustainable Island Living, while continuing the early works of GECO Caribbean, which includes a monthly lecture series.
We did an annual business and environment workshop, and we've done that for many years, where we got persons from the business community. We had participants from as far as Antigua come to Grenada to our technical business and environment workshop, where we actually work on different issues, practical strategic issues with regard to environmental management. So the business and environment workshops and technical workshops are going to continue under the ambit of the Institute.
Education on the environment as a major focus, the environmental scientist adds that sessions for wider audiences will be a key aspect of the Institute's programs. An annual Live Well Summit will also be a highlight of the call of action going forward. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
And we have some news that you'll consider to be very good news. Those of you who've been longing to go for the beach, you can go for longer now, at least until 5 in the afternoon, and the freedom of movement is extended by 2 hours at night. So let's take you through the regulations as issued this afternoon by the government. It has announced an update in the curfew hours for the period Tuesday, June 9 to Tuesday, June 16. Freedom of movement is now allowed between the hours of 5 a.m. and 9 p.m. So previously it was till 7 o'clock. Now freedom of movement goes up to 9 p.m. Beach hours, 5 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon. Prior to this, it was 5 until 11 in the morning. Now you can stay on the beach until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Businesses that have already been authorized to operate may now do so until 7 o'clock in the evening. Businesses which have already been authorized to operate can now do so until 7 in the evening. The new establishments permitted to operate as of Tuesday, the 9th of June, are as follows. Gyms and fitness centers, operators licensed under the Gaming Act, food vendors and restaurants with in-dining services. So to repeat, the new establishments permitted to operate as of Tuesday, June 9th are gyms and fitness centers, operators of licensed under the Gaming Act, and food vendors and restaurants with in-dining services. These establishments must adhere to a specific set of reopening protocols, and only after receiving authorization from the Ministry of Health. The business owners of the aforementioned must submit a request to the following email address, and that's alliedhealthgrenada@gmail.com. The email address that you need to send the request to is alliedhealthgrenada@gmail.com. These businesses must also undergo an inspection by health officials to obtain the clearance certification in order to operate. Other businesses or undertakings may be exempt by an application in writing to the Commissioner of Police, acting on the direction of the Cabinet. So some good news. Beaches open until 5 o'clock and freedom of movement extended until 9. It's time now to see what the cameras captured in tonight's ISO.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISO is brought to you by Clear Vision.
You know us, but we knew. You feel at home with every visit. An experienced team offering personalized courtier service and trendy brand name lifestyle products. Rechanging the vision care landscape one customer at a time. Clear Vision Eye Center. People and technology coming together to help you see the world with a clearer vision.
Tonight's ISO reporter submitted video of an accident that occurred on the roundabout at Kirani James Boulevard in St. George. It displayed a van flipped over on its side as responders used heavy machinery to pry it from the area. You can send in your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 and our other social media platforms.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
Weather for Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather partly cloudy to cloudy with some light to moderate showers and a medium chance of thunder showers. Tonight's minimum temperature 24 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour, gusting higher in showers. Seas moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open water. Tides low at 12 midnight and high at 6 a.m. Sunrise tomorrow, 5:43. Weather for Tuesday, June 9th, partly cloudy to cloudy, accompanied by light to moderate showers with a medium chance of thunder showers. Weather for Wednesday, June 10th, partly cloudy to cloudy and windy, with light to moderate showers and a low chance of isolated thunder showers, improving as the evening progresses. And weather for Thursday, June 11th, partly cloudy to cloudy and windy, with light to moderate showers becoming more frequent overnight with a medium chance of thunder showers. Stay tuned, the sports is up next.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
How going on, boy? Hey, good old things. Hey, they easy? Yeah. Boy, in line, boy, your house looking a real good day. Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service. Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy. Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Ovio.com.
Sale. All the outlets, hotspot outlets. You're going to go to the Carnage, the Grenville, or the Sutter's hotspot, and you get sales and deals on all items. You can get these on potato, you can get these on saltfish, onion, garlic, mackerel, toilet paper, and we even have the currants and the raisin at $10 per pound, lowest price island-wide. So people just come down or go up or go across, but just make sure and go to hotspots.
The Grenada Distillers Limited joins the government and people of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique in the fight against COVID-19. Only together we can beat this pandemic. As a corporate citizen, we have temporarily stopped the production of rum, and our focus has been on the production of a sanitizing solution to assist in the fight against this dreadful pandemic. We have commenced free distribution to the senior citizens' homes, children's homes, and other vital organizations around the country, and made this product available to you at supermarkets and pharmacies island-wide. We encourage you to please listen and obey the guidelines issued by our health authority and the Royal Grenada Police Force. Together, and only together, we can beat COVID-19.
Communal, we are adapting to meet the changing needs of our shareholders and members. Times are changing, and with the changing times comes a whole new way to do business. Our parents may have done their banking a different way. Communal's state-of-the-art online banking and international debit card allows members to do business with great ease. It's like literally having a branch in your very own hands. Need a loan? Apply online from the comfort of your own home anywhere in the world, and your request will be dealt with remotely. Want to transfer between your accounts or another shareholder? No wait time for transactions to update. Voila! Who needs receipts when you can receive them via e-statements on your mobile device and save the environment? Not a communal member? You can join our family today by applying online. At Communal, we see you working hard to ensure that you save, invest, and grow. Communal, join us today. This will be the best financial decision you have ever made. My name is Hollis Mr. Killamap, and I endorse this message.
Well, good evening, sporting fans. There's good news. The UAE Cricket Board has confirmed its offer to host the IPL. We get more in this evening's sports package from our sister station, TV6.
We start with cricket. The Emirates Cricket Board has confirmed that it is interested in hosting the IPL this year in the UAE if India decides to shift the T20 tournament due to COVID-19. The 13th IPL was scheduled to start in late March, but was postponed indefinitely. Their respective the BCCI is looking for an October window should the T20 World Cup in Australia not go ahead. To the Olympic Games, high-ranking Olympic official Pierre-Olivier Becker says the delayed Tokyo Olympics will be held in 2021 or not at all. The Belgian is reiterating the stance put forward by Japan and IOC chief Thomas Bach. Becker says it's unthinkable to keep such a project on the go for any longer, considering the enormous costs and all the thousands of people involved. And in football, Tottenham Hotspur captain Hugo Lloris is hoping to return totally refreshed to the EPL after seizing the opportunity to regenerate after the season was interrupted due to COVID-19. The France goalkeeper had returned from a 4-month break due to injury, but lo and behold, the season was suspended because of the pandemic. The World Cup winner says the lockdown period was very important to him as he spent it with his family, plus he was able to rest his mind and body. Vinod Narawani, TV6 Sport.
Well, it's off to the German league where Bayern Munich are 2 games away from capturing the title for an 8th straight time. This follows their 4-2 win over Bayer Leverkusen. Here's the action.
saw him in the Champions League at Chelsea.
Bayern Munich were away to Bayer Leverkusen, and the defending champs suffered an early blow as the perfect ball was fed to Alario, and he made no mistake in the 9th minute. That was nonchalantly placed into the back of the net. But Bayern were able to equalize in the 27th. They were on the counter, and the perfect through ball was played to Kingsley Coman. He made the run, collected the ball, and found his spot. 1-1 the score. Then in the 42nd, Bayern took the lead for the first time courtesy Leon Goretzka. That was exactly what the defending champs needed to take control. On the stroke of halftime, Gnabry was able to lob the keeper. With that, Bayern Munich led 3-1. That made it extremely difficult for Leverkusen to come back in this game against their tough opponents who were on the road. More misery for Leverkusen in the 66th minute. The ball was floated in the direction of Robert Lewandowski, and he timed his jump to perfection. The header made it 4-1. There was one more goal to come in the match, but it was a consolation in the 89th for the home side. They worked it around brilliantly before Florian Wirtz with a left footer made it 4-2. But Bayern Munich were the ones to bag 3 points. Vinod Narawani, TV6 Sport.
Well, it's now to the West Indies tour of England. Trinidad and Tobago fast bowler Anderson Phillips says it's a great motivation to be selected on the West Indies' reserve squad touring England for the upcoming 3-game test series in July. Phillips is busy working on his fitness and other aspects of the game as the Caribbean side prepares for the battle between the bat and ball. Here's more.
Trinidad and Tobago pacer Anderson Phillips was impressive during the regional 40 competition this year. After recovering from injury, Phillips took 21 wickets from 3 games. As such, he's been rewarded with a pick on the West Indies reserve squad to England and is therefore delighted.
Actually, it's a great feeling, from the time I began playing first-class cricket. This was the opportunity that I've always been waiting for, So it's a great feeling, and I look forward towards it.
Even though the 23-year-old is not in the actual 14-man squad, he feels extremely motivated. And he's been keeping fit through the guidance of some experienced persons.
And for me, I think my preparation towards it all have been a good one, Did a lot of bowling with Kelvin Williams and trainer Ronald Rogers, give us a weekly training schedule of things we should be completed at the end of the week. So, the training have been there, so it's a matter of time, just to go and do what I have to be doing.
Phillips sees this as a stepping stone to one day represent the West Indies at the highest level.
Yeah, that was always one of my dreams to play Test. Definitely, it's a step closer towards it. It's a matter of time, I keep putting in the work, and eventually that opportunity will come my way.
Phillips has 52 wickets from 14 first-class matches. Vinod Narawani, TV6 Sport.
Well, this is where we begin our probe around the globe, and we're starting in the Caribbean region, and to be specific, in St. Kitts and Nevis. On Friday, we did promise you the election results, and the leader of Team Unity Coalition began Monday at his second term as Prime Minister. That's Mr. Timothy Harris. He won the elections on Friday. Upon swearing in on Sunday, the head of government called on the population to make the Federation an example of a small and better managed island state. Team Unity won 9 of the 11 seats in Parliament, and this keeps Harris leading the government for another 5-year term. The coalition is made up of the People's Labour Party, the PLP, the People's Action Movement, and the Concerned Citizens Movement. And the congratulations continue to pour in. In a message of congratulations to Dr. Harris, the Caribbean Community CARICOM called the Team Unity victory as categorical. The CARICOM grouping was especially pleased with the calm and the peaceful way in in which the elections were conducted despite the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. Grenada's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Mitchell, also extended his congratulations. He wished his colleague and team another 5 years of successfully governance in Kitts and bringing further development to the country and its people. Dr. Mitchell said the electorate deserves particular commendation for turning out to vote in Friday's election in the midst of the pandemic. The Prime Minister has also encouraged his colleague to continue to push for unity among his people. In other congratulatory messages, the chairman of the OECS and the head of government of Antigua and Barbuda also said well done to Mr. Harris and his political organization for the victory during the elections. And we're staying with news of elections, but this time we are hopping over to Guyana, where the recount has been wrapped up. The Guyana Elections Commission, GCOM, yesterday completed the national recount of ballots cast in the 2020 general and regional elections. Sunday saw the completion of the recount of the remaining 74 ballot boxes, adding to a total of 2,339. The tabulation process was pegged on Sunday at 2,325 for the general elections and 2,244 for the regionals. Although the tabulation is completed, the results will not be declared just as yet. Based on the order which legally triggered the recount, the Chief Elections Officer, Keith Lovenfield, must now submit a report of the recount to the Commission. In accordance with the amended order, this report must be submitted no later than June 13. The report will include a summary of the observation reports for each district. It is in these observation reports that the coalition primarily has highlighted over 6,000 cases which it believes are tied to electoral fraud. And we're moving further afield now. We're looking at legislation to reform the police service in the U.S. Democrats in Congress have proposed sweeping legislation to reform American police following weeks of protests against police brutality and racism. The bill would make it easier to prosecute police for misconduct, ban chokeholds, and address racism. It comes as Minneapolis lawmakers vowed to disband the city's police force. The death of George Floyd at the hands of a white policeman there sparked national pressure for change. However, it is unclear whether Republicans who control the U.S. Senate will support the proposed Justice in Policing Act of 2020. And that takes us to the end of our probe around the globe. When we come back, a recap of the main points in tonight's news. Do stay with us. Recapping the main points in the news, Grenadians stage Black Lives Matter protests in front of the U.S. Embassy in St. George.
Freedom of movement extended to 9 p.m. as of Tuesday, and the beach is open from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. under new regulations issued Monday.
Mount Airy family loses home and business to fire, and prior prevention and safety measures to be discussed on GBN's Beyond the Headlines tonight.
Regional agency rep says only the innovative will succeed post-COVID-19.
In sports, the UAE Cricket Board has confirmed its offer to host the IPL, and around the globe, Timothy Harris of St. Kitts and Nevis begins second term as Prime Minister. U.S. Democrats introduce sweeping legislation to reform the police service.
Now, if you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Beverly Telesford.
And I'm Odette Campbell. A reminder to join us for Beyond the Headlines this evening. We'll be talking about other issues, including why you should not quarrel with the gas station owners and the operators when they ask you to switch off your cell phones. It is very crucial as part of the fire prevention measures. Do join us then. I'll see you around.